Demolition Man is the Sylvester Stallone movie where he showed the world the 90s were awesome and the future's for pussies.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs.
We start off in modern day Los Angeles, and this movie's already ahead of its time. Stallone is on this helicopter that's being fired at with a ton of tracer rounds, and they decide this is too dangerous, so they leave to try a different approach. Nah, that. He bungee jumps out of the fucking helicopter, bitches! Then, when he lands, he says fuck aiming and steers the bullets with sheer awesomeness. And then loses it at this stupid door that inexplicably opens inward to an elevator shaft. And where the fuck is the elevator? These ropes aren't even attached to anything. How did this place ever pass inspection? After sneaking up on these bad guys, despite making as much noise as humanly possible, he confronts Wesley Snipes, who's hard at work at his desk. Snipes lights them both on fire, and neither really seem to mind. After overestimating his jumping ability, Stallone plays it off like he did that shit on purpose and knocks Snipes the fuck out right before the whole building explodes with them in it. The movie immediately forgets that, and when they find a bunch of dead bodies in the blown up building,
The bodies everywhere. There must be 20 or 30.
Stallone gets blamed for all of it. He must have had the lawyer from Con Air
Admit to it.
because he's given 70 fucking years.
You've been sentenced to 70 years, sub-zero rehabilitation.
If you're wondering why the length of time matters if you're frozen anyways, the answer is who fucking cares? Because this guy is obviously sitting on another guy's shoulders and pretending to be one person, and everyone's going along with it like it's not crazy as shit.
Skip it.
Whatever, it's now 2032, and someone must have told him to knock it off because he's not 8 feet tall anymore. Snipes is somehow up for parole before Stallone, which even Snipes knows is bullshit. So he goes off on them,
Teddy bear.
but they don't get the message, so he kills them. These are the police, who are completely fucking worthless, and at this point, I'm actually rooting for Snipes. God damn it, never mind. Like Snipes, the ATMs in the future are complicated. Sometimes they're lame as hell.
Incredibly sensitive man who inspires joy feelings in all those around you.
Other times totally badass.
Don't you have someone to kill? Someone?
Like how Snipes sometimes rides around in a wiener while wearing overalls. He makes up for it by also kicking the shit out of nerds. The police finally accept that the future sucks and the 90s were way more awesome.
You, lady!
So they beg the biggest badass from the 90s for some help, but he had far more important business in Thailand. So they went with Stallone instead, who's pretty cool too.
Thanks.
Then the guy who got clowned by Tim Robbins actually has the nerve to give him lip.
Who cares what this primate thinks?
Look here, motherfucker. You're talking to the man who gave us Rocky IV. We'll let that first one go because of Rocky V. But you will show him respect.
It will be done.
Anyways, Stallone shows why big muscles will always win over shitty brains
but that's really fucking stupid.
And correctly guesses exactly where Snipes is.
2010.
Oh, the 90s. So Snipes starts making up for the car thing by being really awesome again. Even though this is just a museum, not only are all these guns fully loaded, but so are these fucking cannons that are out in the open, ready to fire at any time. This museum fucking rules. Stallone's not gonna let Snipes take all the glory and shows he can attack random people for no reason too. Fuck yeah! So Stallone and Snipes get into a gunfight and the place catches fire for no fucking reason. I'm not complaining, that shit's awesome. So is electricity working however the fuck you want it to. Snipes knows that when Stallone stops following the laws of physics, that it's time to get the fuck out. So he makes a deep literary reference, as Wesley Snipes tends to do, before running into the Pope, who in the future doesn't fuck around.
Don't you have someone to kill?
That's really fucking weird, but whatever, because now everyone's at Taco Bell and Stallone's pissed that the product placement has gone too far, even for him.
I don't think so. I do think so.
So he does what he always does when he's stressed out, beats the living shit out of the homeless. He's never done that in front of witnesses before.
Please, don't!
But luckily everyone's into it. Sandra Bullock finds it incredibly hot, so she does what all women do.
After having observed your behavior this evening, I was wondering if you would like to have sex.
Send really conflicting messages.
What are you doing?
And confuses the fuck out of him. So he knits her a sweater.
Here, I made this for you.
And starts dropping hardcore knitting bombs.
Zipper footed and a shuttle and a hook and bobbin and a petty point.
And suddenly, I have no idea what the hell I'm watching.
Urban combat kill, torture methodology.
And holy shit, they keep trying to make you like Snipes, and it's totally working. To try and win you back, Stallone confronts the Pope and shows everyone what real police work looks like. It accomplishes nothing, but who cares? It was so badass. Stallone then fucks with reality again, and his handgun magically changes from black to gray. He then says some awesome shit.
Be well.
Be fucked.
And I'm back on Team Stallone. His muscles now tell them to check the sewers.
I'll wait here.
Sure thing, dipshit. You staying here is really fucking helpful. So anyways, they go in the sewer, and what the fuck is this? Somehow, the sewers are made up of 100% city and 0% any actual sewer. You know what? Fuck it, because suddenly Dennis Leary is holding them up with a flare gun. Man, fuck that guy. Then he starts doing his fucking act.
I want to run through the streets naked with green jello all over my body. I want high cholesterol. I want to eat bacon and butter and buckets of cheese.
It wasn't funny back then, and it's not funny now. Thankfully, the movie switches to Snipes, who now has an entire gang who are all dressed like villains from the Road Warrior and act like fucking pirates.
I want you to loot, pillage, plunder.
You know what? The fact that they recruited her for this is hilarious. I'm definitely on Snipes' side.
Are you with me?
Hell yeah. While Snipes' gang is awesome, Stallone's is total shit. shit. Not only is this asshole still sitting in the car,
I'll wait here.
but Sandra Bullock is a goddamn moron. They discover this is another one of those movies where the Pope sends Wesley Snipes to kill Dennis Leary.
I can find no fault in your logic. Simon Phoenix is the perfect weapon.
No, he's not. He's by far the worst.
Exactamundo.
Literally anybody else could just blend in and shank him. But no, he goes with a black man with bright blonde hair, 2 different colored eyes, and no inside voice.
Martin? John's Martin? Oh, shit, they let anybody into this century.
He then proves me right by just opening fire into a crowd instead of just shooting his target. Just look at how he gives 0 fucks where any of the bullets go. And what the fuck is this guy doing? Their whole crew is a goddamn clown show. And I desperately want to be a part of it. Snipes escapes up above, and are you shitting me? Not only was hanging out by the car his only fucking job,
I'll wait here. I hope you know what you're doing.
but he left the door open and the key inside. I don't know if he died of old age, retired on the spot, or what the fuck happened to him because he's never mentioned again. Anyways, the movie starts making up for that knitting from earlier,
I can weave a throw rug right now with my eyes closed.
and Stallone busts through the fucking ground in a 70 Oldsmobile 442. He then runs over countless people and climbs on the roof of the car while driving it, so he can jump over to Snipes' car and rescue him by throwing him to safety. None of this makes any fucking sense, and I love every second of it. We then get the most badass fight scene where they just kick this guy in the nuts repeatedly. While Stallone appreciates the help, nothing you do will ever make up for Speed 2, so fuck you. Now it's just Stallone and Snipes who catches Stallone in a giant claw machine and once again says fuck science and shatters the metal arm with his bare hands. Now Snipes has a lightning gun that we've never seen or heard about until just right now. And everything is going so badass until Stallone kills it by racking his gun that already had a round chambered. And then he once again shows his embarrassing lack of jumping ability. He somehow makes it work though, and kicks Snipes' goddamn head off. Then the entire place freezes and does what everything does when it freezes, explodes in a massive fireball. Then the movie ends when Dennis Leary shows back up.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out drinking, all of us get shit-faced, put up graffiti.
And I break my fucking TV.